So welcome back. Yeah, this is part three. Where were we? Let's have a look. If you recall, I'm at EDXD and I had coffee on board mistakenly because the destination I didn't realise didn't have coffee. But over time's gone by, then I've been on holiday, come back, and the markets have repopulated, and it just so happens that coffee is there now. So yeah, why not? Let's sell the coffee that I thought wasn't there. Not that it's a great deal. Every bit counts at this stage. Now, if you recall, I did mention in the past that it's important to move your, if you like, your grade up to C. If you look at certifications, you want your not C, you want your stars. So you want 3 stars in here, okay? So although you've already got 1 star, you basically get 1-to-1 with regards to experience XP points, and I want it to be 2.5, or perhaps it's 3. I'm not entirely sure. It's 2.5 or 3 times for each mission you do. That gets multiplied because you want this going up here as fast as possible, really. So before we do any more hopping around on jobs or markets, we want to make sure we get ourselves 3 stars here. Now, each time you start Neofly, it repopulates this randomly. Unfortunately, I've got my Cessna 172 Skyhawk G1000 skis. Don't mind whether it's skis or floaters or whatever. I'm just interested that the G1000's on board. So that's really what I want to do. So I'm going to actually choose that. It's 104 nautical miles away. Now you can fly there, but I'm gonna, for the purposes of this video, I'm just gonna beam myself over there. So location, so let's get rid of that. Eden location, and we're going to Eden. There we go. Move to Eden. It's going to cost me a bit, 2,576, but that's okay. So I'm currently in Eden, right. Let's go to our qualifications, and yeah, let's highlight this one, and you need to click this button here and it will start your missions. Would you like to take qualification test A? Oh yes, indeed I would. Yes, has been reserved for you with the qualification test preloaded. So it's all preloaded. So let's go to my hangar. Okay, Eden, I best put myself in the plane, so if I click here I can choose myself in my go, and then yeah, from there let's go to here, go away, and basically just got to follow the instructions here. Okay, so let's sort out now Microsoft Flight Simulator for this little qualification. So go to world map, airplane's not quite right. That's what I normally fly, by the way, the King Air 350. Let's go to what is it? It's if you just type in G1000, we should have, and it was skis, wasn't it? This one here, no specific library, I don't think. No, so it's skis. Right, so that's that. And where do I want to be? I want to be in Eden, E-D-E-N. And it all happens around Eden, so we may as well go E-D-E-N here. There we go. So that should match now. Plane should match. Yeah, sorry, the departure should match. Let's try it out. Click on fly, see what happens. Oh, we're all green. We're good to go. Excuse me. So here we are in our 172 with skis. Take that off for now. Haven't got to worry about it. I just want to check, make sure my CG's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Right, let's get into this. So Okay, first of all, let's see what we've got to do. Okay, your aircraft needs to be parked with the engines off. So, engine off. I've got an auto button here, which shuts off the
First step,
engine.
start your engines according to the aircraft procedure.
Okay, which for me is string E.
Now that the engine is running, taxi to the runway. Don't exceed 25 knots while taxiing. Align with the
Okay.
runway and take off.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so yeah, before we take off, let's do some rudimentary setting up here. Altitude, yeah, we'll set them off for about 3,000 first of all. No, we won't. We'll set them for about 1,500. Yeah, vertical speed, nose up to about 300. Nav we do not want. We want to do this with heading, so right click and then see the heading bug here straight, and then we want to click on heading. Okay, we're good to go. Now I'm not going to take you all the way through this because the stages are what you do is you take off, and then it asks you to reach a certain height above ground level, then it asks you to do a U-turn, then it asks you to do a 360, and then it asks you to do the touch and go, and then it asks you to land. Now the only one that counts of those different phases is the touch and go. The touch and go is what determines whether you get your 3 stars or not, and you need to be under 50 feet per second. So it's really, really important that you get the touch and go right. But of course, you do need to carry out the different tasks beforehand. But I'm not going to put you through that. We'll fast forward, and you can join me again on the touch and go phase. Okay. Yeah. So, see you in a bit. As you can see, I'm coming in here. And I'm lucky because I don't know if you notice, but the runway is slightly uphill. Well, it's actually quite a bit uphill. This is the runway here, and I'm coming in currently 1,000 feet above. So yeah, I'll start thinking about taking my autopilot off, reduce speed, set my flaps. Yeah, it's important when you take this test. Notice the runway that you're on when you first start. See if there's a direction to do your touch and go on that is uphill. Uphill's important because you need to be within 50 feet per second when you touch and go to get your 3 stars. Watch my speed. Drop another flap. I'll fast forward a little bit here. Okay, I'm coming in now. As I say, it's a touch and go, so you don't want to be at your sort of minimum speed. You want to keep the speed up a bit. And yeah, I'm going to shut up because I need to concentrate here because the vertical speed is feet per minute. I keep saying seconds, feet per minute needs to be under minus 50. So here we go. Gears down, applicable actually with skis, and flaps not all the way down, 3/4, the 3 of the 4 are down. So here we go. You'll notice I'm going up, but yeah, I'm going down. I want to keep it. right down. Nervous. Getting filmed. Here we go. Don't forget, you're not landing. I'm going to land with right full speed ahead. Nose down, full speed. Flaps up 1. I need to take off straight away. And up we go again. And if you look on the Neofly here, well, hey,
Well done.
3
You can
stars.
now fly a traffic pattern and do your final landing.
Right, I'll spare you that as well. All I'm going to do is go straight on a bit, turn around, and no, actually, it doesn't matter really. I was thinking about going uphill as well on the landing, but there's no penalty for being over 200 or whatever feet per minute. So yeah, I'll catch you in a bit.
Well done. Now taxi to parking and shut down your engine.
Yeah, that's that.
Congratulations. You passed your qualification.
Why, thank
Have
you,
a
ma'am.
nice day.
You too. So yeah, let's go back now to Neofly and let's have a look here. All good. This is what we want, ladies and gentlemen. But a smooth landing on slope runway, 3 stars. Okay, so if we go back to our hangar, sorry, if we go back to the certification page, here we are, all full here. Okay, wonderful. This is what we want. Right, let's get back now to and get and just I want to expand. I missed out a fair bit actually on the marketplace, some important stuff you should know, and we'll do a little market trip. So first of all, I need to go back to where I am now. Where am I? I'm at EDXD, so let's move myself back there. Let's put myself in the plane. So let's get back to the market. Oh, very nice too. Lots of goodies here. Okay, now goodies. Since my last video, there has been an update. If you recall, on I believe it was part 2, I showed a chart which listed the dollar per pound ratios. And that's been updated. So I highly recommend at this stage you take a snapshot of this and yeah, keep it on your desktop and keep it open when playing Neofly. So as we can see here, from my recollection, Caviar was your best bang for your buck, and then you got phones, whiskey. So Caviar, phones, or wine, whiskey. Any of them will do nicely. And what have we got? Caviar and whiskey. Now Caviar, as you could see from the chart, gives us the best bang for your buck. So we want somewhere with Caviar. Now, you do not always have to do one of these, take a job in conjunction. You can, particularly when it's a high value item, just go on a market run, because of course when you take a job it takes up weight, so you can use that weight if you don't do a job to fill your plane up with high value goods. For example, here Caviar is very tasty indeed. Now what I would normally do is I'd start off here and then I'd go clockwise round from around 12 o'clock by just simply checking the compare the market. What do we got here? Nope. No Caviar there. Don't forget to scroll down, by the way, folks. Sometimes it can be hidden at the bottom. Nope. Nope. Oh, look at this, folks. Caviar. We've got Caviar here at EDVY. So that's pretty much, it's doubtful that, if I continue in the circle that I'm going to find a better deal than that, or even any Caviar at all. But you can, at this stage, it's worthwhile looking. Don't necessarily pick the first one you come across. There can be others within short distance that offer a much better profit margin. So here we are, Caviar. Come to Daddy. EDVY. Remember that, because by the way, before I go any further, I failed to mention last time the significance of the color coding here. Now, the color coding is based on the category of airport. Okay, so here we've got EDXD is a category A airport, which tend to be soft runways, so grass runways. Here we have category B. They can be hard or soft. Normally, slightly longer runway length, and then you've got your light blues here. These tend to be 3,000 plus hard, and your ETMP are for your long runways for your airliners, etc. Okay, now Neofly, the length of runway you can land on is not based on your aircraft. It's based on your aircraft class. Okay, so the class. So if you look up here in our hangar, we see at the moment we're class A, which means we can pretty much land anywhere we want to. However, if we were class A D, which is, I believe, my normal King Air 350i I normally fly, I know that category D starts, class D aeroplanes start at 2,400 feet. So if I was flying normally as I do in my King Air, I'd be hovering over and looking at 2,400 feet where I can land. I know blue's going to be okay, but there are some, for example here, category B, I could land there. I could even land here. Look, we've got a category A. So do not base your potential destinations on the color. Okay, base it on your class of aircraft. So class A, I can pretty much land anywhere. So we're not worried about, the runway length at this stage. It will become important later on, however. So here we are with EDVY. Now, that's one way to do it, the old clockwise close to your departure method, or you can use the good search method. Now this is the good search method. So we want Caviar, don't forget. So you click on here and then click on Caviar. Now you'll notice only one's come up. These, by the way, all in green means they're not buying, they're actually selling Caviar. So if you wanted to go somewhere that, sells a high value item like Caviar, you could go to EDXD, for example, and that's where we are, sorry, or EDWC, and, they've got Caviar to sell. This will become important later. But at the moment, we're looking at good results. EDVY, so it's come to the same conclusion we made when we did our little round the clock thing here. So EDVY is where we're going to go. So let's fill my plane up. I've only got 27,000, so click on Caviar. Here we go. Around there. And you'll see that 325,000. I haven't got it, so I've got to go right back and just see how many I can get for within my price. That is pushing it, but 24. Damn, I lost it. Oh, it's fiddly. I wish I could enter that manually. There we go. Buy that before I mess up again. 27,000. It's in my plane. I'm going to EDXD. So yeah, that's where I'm going to go. Now, important thing to note is, okay, you say, well, you're going to get extra XP with your, if you have a job attached to it, but you still get XP for these market runs. Now, these market runs, for each minute you're in the air, you're earning XP. So don't think that just because you're doing a market run, you're not increasing your experience points, your experience bar up here. So that's what I'm going to do, folks. I'm now going to head off to EDVY, where, as you can see, yeah, hopefully make a good profit on the caviar that's in my plane. Okay, I'm not going to subject you to that. I'll meet you when I've landed at EDXY. Okay, we've landed, so let's have a look, shall we? Well, hey, caviar, let's sell you. Right, we've earned a couple of thousand out of that, I believe. Not a great deal, but every little bit counts, so we'll sell that. $29,000. We probably would have earned more if we'd done a job in conjunction with it, of course, but the purpose of this video was essentially to explain that you can just do market runs. At this stage, however, you are best off taking a job first and then going from there. So here I am at EDVY. Not a great deal here. Looking at the chart, you can see my next journey, if you like, is going to be with cigarettes, because that is worth more than clothes, I think, would be the next one there. But yeah, cigarettes is definitely the highest value market. So on this one, I'll definitely be taking a job with it. Yeah, so this video is essentially explained a lot more about the marketplace, the fact that you can use goods. For example, here, if I go to cigarettes, it takes a little while for these to be sorted. It depends on your computer, really. But there are probably a lot of destinations for cigarettes. Then click distance. Now you want the blue ones and you want the high blue ones. So here, for example, 108 is on this screen, probably the best, but yeah, you got 110 here. So yeah, EDZY, EDDV. Ha! EDDV is where I live. It's Hanover, so I'm going to go to Hanover next. Why not? With some cigarettes. No, I'm not. It all depends on whether or not I've got a job. EDU. Oh, there is one. Look here. EDDV. I'm going to do that right now. And I'm going to also carry on flying around doing jobs and with markets, and I'm going to get some money, probably about another 10,000, and then we'll move on to the next phase. In the next video, I'll be covering the exploration, where you can earn heap big money, and also we'll be getting into the pilots. We're going to hire some pilots, AI pilots, to make money for us. So that'll be probably over the next two parts. But yeah, part 4 will be around about the exploration and AI pilots. So yeah, as I say, I'm going to fly around, get some money, rinse and repeat really with jobs and market, and yeah, and then once I got a bit of dosh, we'll go on to part 4. Hope that's helps. Don't forget to subscribe, so you're informed of the next part, and obviously I'd very much appreciate a like. Thank you very much.